Yesterday, myself and Chris went out, and we were just hanging out. I hadn't seen him since I've been out traveling and going around the world and going to different countries, and it was time to say hello again. So the plan wasn't really nailed down, and mainly we just wanted to, get some food, maybe some pho, play some video games, and if it was nice out, I was thinking that, going for a ride around Green Lake, cycling is always an option. But before the arrival, parking was on my mind. I had just gotten a ticket. My car was going to be impounded if I hadn't gotten it in time.
Were you getting notices?
About last week. So finding parking was tough for me earlier that day, and Chris had said that he was close, and so I had noticed that there was a parking spot outside, and it was just a big part of my mind. But he found a different parking spot, made it, and things worked out. So I gave him the tour of the apartment. Just getting cleaned up, things were getting organized, and it was generally jumbled up until well, most of that is a goal, organized, cleaned, and it is clean, but it sure isn't organized. The floor had just been mopped, so there's big open spaces all over the apartment. It looks good. Oddly enough, just outside the window, of the apartment, there was an old bird's nest with 2 slow learner eggs, meaning they were unhatched. And I guess that happened while I was gone for the last 2 or 3 months. It's interesting to see what I missed when I was gone. An entire generation.
Are you just gonna leave it there, or are you gonna make an omelet?
I'm gonna throw it on a car. Yeah, before long, I was sharing some foods that I was able to bring back from traveling, a few European cheeses, Chinese spices, and some dried fruit. The spices were Szechuan peppers, or Chinese coriander, not a true pepper, but a numbing agent rather than a burn when you eat them. So Chris had a small handful, chewing to find the flavor, as you should, and found it spread from his tongue to his throat to a layer of inconvenience.
I've never felt so choked up by spice.
So I opened up the false strawberries. That was the dried fruit. There were actually plums. Well, here in Washington, you can find them in gardens and things like that, but they grow wild in China. And UW actually has one tree, but they never really get ripe. The deep red color is never really found local. The sweet taste and the sugary coating, they counteracted the numbing effects of the pepper, and everything was flavorful.
Yeah, I love this shit.
So since it was nice out, we wanted to go outside, but also wanted to play some video games. So for 30 minutes, I tried to get the game to work on my laptop with controllers, so that we could take it with us and maybe go outside. And while this was going on, Chris was playing guitar to the songs of Nine Inch Nails' Halo 14, the release that was back in the late 90s. So it was easier to talk. Yeah, it was just easy to talk. So, that was good. But the thing is, it was a hell of a lot easier just to take my Windows computer, plug it into the television, and get the game working there. It took about 5 minutes, compared to the 30 or 35 minutes that it was taken to get the controllers, to work with my laptop, to work with the operating system and everything else. So we played video games on the television instead of taking it with us. Well, we played until we were hungry. And about that time, we went to Green Lake for some food. We found a pho restaurant. We'd been there before, and ordering was a breeze. We got the combo pho. It was delicious. We talked about China. We talked about the projects. Talked about building Treehouse. And God, time just flew by. It's hard to sum up 3 months in an afternoon of 20 or 30 minutes just eating food, but we got to talk a little bit. And then at the end, we got some Thai iced tea. We took it back to the apartment, and we continued to play some video games. It was fuel for our fun. We played a co-op with Spelunky for a couple of hours before we were hungry again. And about that time, we said goodbye. It was a really good day. I think we had fun.